Hey guys, Mr. Mewman back here again today, and today I have another completed master set, and this one is of none other than Hidden Fates. So before I get started, I've had a lot of people ask where I get my binders and what binders I use, so I don't know if you can see it here, but this is an Ultimate Guard. I'll put the link in the description on where I get all my binders. I've never had an issue with them. I've gotten, I think, maybe 5 or 6 from them now. And I think they're reasonably priced. They're a little bit more expensive than some of the other binders, but I mean, they do zip, as you can kind of see here, and they do a great job at keeping everything kind of secure. So this one is basically a 9 pocket one. All my other ones I usually have 4 because the sets are bigger, but I figure with a smaller set I can use a smaller binder. So kind of starting off here, this is the beginning of Hidden Fates, and one thing that I do like to do is I like to keep the reverse holo next to the normal print, so whether it's the common, uncommon, rare, or holo, instead of putting it on top. I figure for a master set, I do like to see all the cards in the set when I do go through the binder. So starting out here, this set is basically based on the Japanese decks that were released a while ago, and these are basically all Kanto Pokemon as well as the gym trainers and other key characters from that region. So starting out here, we have Caterpie and Metapod and Butterfree, so our line there, and then Paris and Scyther. And then as I flip here, we can see our first GX and Pinsir GX. We also see Charmander line, so Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard. So Charizard, they do have a promo of this in the tins, and I think maybe some boxes or something. But that's one of the cards you can get as a promo. This is the normal one from the set, but we'll see the promos later on. And then here, Magmar, and then we go into Psyduck, Slowpoke, and Staryu. So then another GX here and Starmie. Then we move into Magikarp. And then, of course, Gyarados. So that's another GX. This is another one that you can get in a tin. And that's what we've been opening mostly. We do enjoy opening the tins. You can still find a few of them around here. But yeah, those are what we opened the most of. Lapras, and then Vaporeon, and Pikachu. And then here's a Raichu. This is another one of the ones you can get on the tin. Of course, it's the promo version. And then we move into Voltorb and Electrode. And then we have Jolteon and then Zapdos. Moving on to Psychic, we have Ekans. And here's another version of Ekans. I do like this artwork. It has the little Articuno in the background, which I think is kind of a nice touch to it, especially for being an Ekans card. We move into Arbok, and then Coughing and Wheezing. So from there we have Jinx, and then Mewtwo GX, and then of course my favorite Mew. And then from there we move into Fighting. So Geodude, Graveler, and Golem. And then of course Golem here for our reverse, and then we move into Onix GX, and then Cubone. And moving into the fairy typing, we have a couple of Clefairies and Clefable. And then of course Jigglypuff, and then the Wigglytuff GX. And to finish out the fairies, we have Mr. Mime. So starting our colorless, we have the Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno, which is, I really do like that card. All the art versions I really like. Then we move into Farfetch'd, and then Chansey, and then Kangaskhan, and then Eevee, and then we finish out with Snorlax. And then moving into more of the trainers, we have Bill, and then here we see a lot of the gym leaders, so Blaine and Brock, and then Brock's gym, and then Brock's training, and then Erica and Giovanni, and then Jesse and James, and then now we have Koga, Lieutenant Surge, Misty's gym, and then Misty's determination and Misty's water command. And then we finish this part of the setup with the Pokemon Center lady, Sabrina's suggestion, and then now a couple of full arts that I'll bring the binder up here. So this is the normal full art of Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno. And then of course right next to that is Giovanni's Exile. And then we have Jesse and James. We have the rainbow Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno. And then we have the stained glass alternate art version of the Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno. And that is from the Elite Trainer box, which I believe those are kind of hard to find right now. But that is a really neat version of that, just that stained glass background. So that is the main part of the Hidden Fates. So from there, let me put this down and we'll move on to the Shiny Vault part. So starting here, we have Scyther, and then Rowlet and Dartrix. And then we have Wimpod and Pheromosa. And we move on to Charmander and Charmeleon, and then Alolan Vulpix and Wooper. On to the next page here, we have Quagsire, Froakie, and Frogadier. Voltorb, and Xurkitree. And I do like Voltorb being that blue color, almost like a great ball instead of the normal Pokeball looking. So from there we have Seviper and Shuppet, and then Inkay and Malamar, and then Poipole up here. So Poipole is one of my favorites, especially the shiny version being that white color, which I think is really neat. From there we move on to Sudowoodo, Riolu, and Lucario, and then that blue Rockruff, and then Buzzwole. And then as far as the dark, we have Zorua and Guzzlord. And then getting into the metal type, we have Magnemite, we have Magneton and Magnezone, and then Beldum, Metang, and Celesteela, and Kartana. And down here we have Ralts and Kirlia and Diancie. And then our last page of the normal shinies starts out with Altaria, Gible and Gabite, and Garchomp. And then of course we have Eevee, Swablu, Noibat, Oranguru, and Typenol. And I do like how all the normal shinies fit on these pages perfectly, because what that means is when I flip the page here, it then starts out with the full art GXs. So Leafeon and Decidueye and Gliscopod. And of course we have our nice Charizard here. So let me pull that up closer. So this Charizard is cut really, really well. It's a card that I've thought of sending off to get graded. I do have a couple cards that I may send to PSA. But as of now, I'm going to keep it in this binder until I'm ready to send quite a few of them out. But you can see it's really well cut. Very pleased with this one, because there's a lot of them that you see that, you know, one of the sides is really off cut. So very pleased with that one. So continuing on, we have Ho-Oh and Reshiram and Turtonator, and then Alola Ninetales and Articuno. Another one of the evolutions in Glaceon. And then we have Greninja, Electrode with that nice blue great ball color, Xurkitree, and a couple of good ones here, and Mewtwo and Espeon. And I think Espeon's probably my favorite evolution. You can kind of notice that the Glaceon and the Leafeon, they don't really have much of a different shiny version than the normal one. But of course with this Espeon, you can see it's that nice green color instead of purple. And we'll see that the same kind of thing on Umbreon and Sylveon, that they are quite different than their normal versions, but really do like that Espeon. So continuing on from here, we have Banette and Neoligo and Naganadel. And then continuing here, we have Lucario and Zygarde with that nice white color. And we have our blue Lycanrocs, Buzzwole. And here, as I was mentioning earlier, this Umbreon and Sylveon that line up right next to each other, which is nice. So we can see Umbreon not completely different, but those blue rings really make a difference with it. And then when you look at the Sylveon there, you can see the very nice blue with the accents of pink instead of being mostly pink. But another two very nice looking cards there. So we're going to continue on here with one of my favorites from Diamond and Pearl in Darkrai. We have Guzzlord and Scizor. And then now we have Kartana, Stakataka, Gardevoir. There's that Sylveon that we just looked at. Altaria and Noivern, Silvally, and then to finish it off with our shinies, we have Drampa here. From there, we do have the trainers here. So the Aethers Foundation employee. And we have this really nice Cynthia up here that I'll zoom up on. So you can notice it with the Lucario and the Garchomp in the background. You can see the nice shiny version there. That's probably my favorite trainer in this set. Alright, so from there, we have Fisherman and the alternate art of Guzma. We have the Hiker and Lady. And now we have our 4 stadiums here in Aether's Paradise Conservation Area, Brooklet Hill, Mount Coronet, and then Shrine of Punishment. I do like these stadiums. I am kind of glad they made those full art secret rare versions, which are really neat. And then we finish this setup here with the golden Tapu Bulu, Tapu Fini, Tapu Koko, and of course Tapu Lele. So I do like those golden island guardians there. So that is really neat as well. On the next page here, we have the Reverse Holo trainers, or not the trainers, the Reverse Holo energies. So one of each of those. And then here are the promos that I mentioned earlier. So the Charizard, Gyarados, and Raichu. These all came out of the tins. We've opened quite a bit of tins here recently. And just to go ahead and note, there is a reprint coming for Hidden Fates. So you see a lot of people trying to buy these and sell them for $40 or $50. I'd just pass on that and just wait for these to come out, probably late September, I think. So we pre-ordered a couple of them. But yeah, don't go out and buy them for $40 or $50. It's definitely not worth it. I'm not a big fan of those scalpers doing that. But yeah, we just like to open all ours. So just wait a couple months and you'll be able to get them. From there, we have the Zoroark, and then the Metagross and the Rayquaza. So these from the Pokeball collections, and this is from the premium collector set, and as well as the Golden Lunala and the Golden Solgaleo. So that is everything here in the Hidden Fates Master Set that we have. We've really enjoyed opening up all the packs that we have here over the past, oh boy, it's been a while since we've been opening these. And we are looking forward to opening more here in the near future. But wanted to go ahead and kind of do the full review on this. But that is the full Hidden Fates set. So if you don't mind, like, subscribe, and then we'll be back with our next Master Set. Will be Darkness Ablaze when that comes out in August. So thank you guys for joining, and we'll see you next time.